So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about the mod construction and the prefab hack. I'm Yashar Moradi, CTO and co-founder of BIMONDIS. And I've been in the industry for a long time, almost 30 years of programming and a little bit less than that in AEC industry. And had my fair share of open source contributions, but mainly in GIS industry and front-end development and a little bit in data structures. But today's topic is the problem that we all know and don't love. This split, this divide between digital design and whatever happens on the construction site. We design everything to the last millimeter and micrometer, and then with brick and mortar way of building, somebody plots it on an A0 version of it. It doesn't have to be the final version, goes on the construction site and builds something. And then we have to go through everything again and again. It's more costly, it takes more time, it's inaccurate, and at the end of the day, it's somehow a waste of resources. And the way we imagine the future of construction, and I think everybody agrees on this, is that exactly the way that we design digitally, we should be able to also build digitally. And it's either on-site with 3D printing and robotics, or off-site with prefab elements, modules, systems. And if you look at the reports and statistics with that, you basically, first of all, if you design fabrication aware from the first go, you can basically hold at construction level up to 100% of your design adherence. You reduce costs by almost 20%. You reduce time by 30 to 50% based on what you're building. And you have 30% lower environmental impact. So if we all agree on this, then why only so few projects are being built with prefab? I'll give you an example. In Germany, only 6% of the construction projects are using prefab. All the other projects are still in traditional way of fabrication. And if you look at it from different perspectives, from a developer perspective, they have deep understanding of what the stakeholders need, all the requirements. They are basically part of the stakeholders. They are in the strongest position to change something, to shape the future of the industry. But they don't have basically the access and knowledge of what prefab is or what are the advantages of prefabs. If you look at the architectures and designers, of course they focus mainly on aesthetics and functionality of the building, how it should look like, and but what's missing is they basically design it as a prototype every single time, and they don't think about the fabrication of it. So if they have basically this knowledge of elements that are on the market from in the design phase, they can create a fabrication-aware design. And that would be basically easier to build, more efficient to build, and more sustainable to build. Now, if you look at the other side, the manufacturers of prefab elements, they basically had a huge investment in the first place to create this production line. But they don't have early access to the designers and engineers in the early phases. If you think about it, they come into play only at the procurement phase of a project, not at the design phase of a project. What we do with mod construction is basically we're closing this gap between design phase and designers and engineers and the manufacturers of prefab. How it works is basically imagine you as an architect design your first draft of your BIM model. You can click a button and basically this model will be validated, will be feasibility checked based on prefab elements of different providers. And these providers, the most relevant providers for your project will be listed. And this list is based on, basically the relevance score is based on pricing, the type of elements, the geographical location of the construction. So basically, if it's near, you have less CO2 footprint for transportation and stuff. And of course, production capacity and utilization of the production line of that manufacturer. If somebody is fully booked for the next 3 years, you don't have to contact them because they're fully booked for the next 3 years. And what we basically, what the system gives you as a result is a list of relevant manufacturers and systems with a rough estimation of price, rough estimation of delivery time, and rough estimation of CO2 footprint of the project. And this is also not all or nothing. It can be, I don't know, 50% of your project is prefab, the rest is traditional, or partially prefab, partially 3D. So you can basically mix and match between these. So let's say this architect now selected Lego as the manufacturer. And what happens is that his model will be validated based on the constraints and the elements that this producer manufactures. And after the validation, he gets a validation report. And if this validation report says that you have some validation conflicts, he can adapt his model and basically run the validation one more time until it is all green. In certain cases, you can also customize elements. Some manufacturers are a little bit more flexible, and they can basically also tackle customizations. And once everybody is happy, our architect receives a detailed quote of all the elements that he requires for his project, together with price, with delivery time, which is then binding, and with CO2 footprint. And he can order. And once he orders, his whole model, the 3D model, the BIM model, will be converted into the elements. So the elements with the highest LOD, with the metadata, with the geometry to the highest level, will be placed in your model directly. No more using catalog of parts and sticking them together. It happens automatically. And then, in the best case, since it's binding, the items will be delivered on time on the construction site. The benefits that we see for both sides of this market is basically from developer, architect and designer perspective, you get contact you get in contact with relevant manufacturers. You don't have to go shopping widely. Basically, they will be handpicked for you. You have early access to the prefabrication, so you're in a position to do fabrication-aware designs from the from time zero in your project. It's model-based and data-driven, of course, and you have direct carbon impact assessment and very dynamically during the design phase. From manufacturer point of view, you have earlier access to the projects and access to the designers and architects. You have smart matching, so only relevant projects will be matched to what you have. You have optimization for your own manufacturing capacity. So if you're overbooked, you don't get orders. If you're underbooked, and everybody goes to that overbooked guy because he is more famous in that region. You get also a share of the market automatically. So it's basically democratizing this demand and supply. And focus on decarbonization. We all know ESG, sustainability. They're not just words. They are getting more and more important every single day. So everybody should be complying to decarbonization. And I think I have two more minutes. I just describe you what this is. I'm really sad to say, but we are here on the curve of digitalization and productivity when it comes to AEC industry. Automotive industry, chemicals, computer, everybody's way ahead, and we are way behind. And this is a fact, but what we have to do about it and what we can do about it is if we want to reach that building OEM paradigm, which is being like how you buy a computer on Apple or Apple website, or how you buy a Tesla on their website, just having a configurator, selecting elements, putting it together, and getting a delivery time, then we need to get on this train. And we get to get on this train very soon. And we think mod construction is part of this, and we see billions of dollars being invested in this paradigm, and we see from all the other industries that they go towards this paradigm. So if you're up for it, feel free to take a look at our website if you want to join. And parts of this project will be open source, of course, and we're giving it back to the community. And if you want to join as a developer, if you want to join, you have an idea, you have a comment, you have feedback, you know other companies who are doing something similar, or you know other companies who might help us in getting there faster, feel free to contact either me or Mark. We're also very prominent. We both have bald heads and beards, so if you see somebody who matches this description, you have good chance of finding one of us. Yeah, feel free to get in touch.